Hey, it's your girl, Claudia Jordyn. I am back. We are back with another episode of TGIF. Now we're here to spill the tea and break down the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. So sit back, relax, and get ready to sip on this hot tea. I need some tea because I'm down here at Carnival. What's up, Al? And what's up, Q? How y'all doing stateside?
Happy Monday.
Yes, yes. What's Funky? You're on mute.
Child, that go. I don't know if I'm coming or going, child. I didn't want to come to work today after the Friday I had. You know, the bar closed down Friday, so baby, we didn't leave that bad boy at about 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm still paying for it.
That was last night?
No, it was Friday night, child.
Oh, Friday.
I'm old. I don't recoup like I used to.
Same. They talking about I'm here at Carnival. They talking about going back out tomorrow. I go, who? No.
Not me, girl.
No. Funny story. So I was on my layover. It was from Atlanta to St. Lucia. And there was this nice young girl that sat next to me. She had a mask on and she had a hat. And I was like, damn, she's still tripping on COVID. Like, I haven't seen anybody wear a mask on a plane in a while. And super kind, super sweet. And towards the end, I just say, hey, I love your nails. They're so pretty. I said, are you here for Carnival? She's like, first time, yes. And we're just chit-chatting. I go, Chloe Bailey's supposed to be here. And then she takes her glasses off. She's like, so the whole time I was sitting next to Chloe Bailey, didn't even know it. I was promoting her. So she's so sweet. She's part of our group, and the Board of Tourism brought us both in. Now, I'm thinking y'all may want to come here next year because I did get asked by a few people about y'all. They was like, we watched TGIF in St. Lucia.
Wow. I saw it on your Instagram story. Yeah.
Yes. I said, do you want to say something to them? And, I should have got more, but it was just so hot. So I couldn't really, get footage like that. But it was a good time. Shout out to the Board of Tourism here in Aruba, the Landings Resort, and Travel St. Lucia. If you want to come out here, I highly recommend it. The costumes are beautiful.
We're not gonna get gay bashed if we come out there, are we?
No, a lot of the guys that come here, there's several gay men at these events, and it's very friendly.
Okay.
No, they've been very friendly.
Is St. Lucia where Trevor's from? Can't remember.
Trevor Noah? I thought he was from the Bahamas.
He's from South Africa.
Trevor, our friend Trevor is from St. Croix.
Oh, St. Croix. Okay.
Am I freezing?
No, you're good.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to ask y'all what y'all drinking because I'm only drinking water right now because I already did my damage earlier. So what y'all drinking tonight? Y'all drinking?
Nothing. I got to get my insides right. I've fallen off the fitness wagon since New Orleans. I have not gotten back on track, and I got to get back on track. So cranberry juice.
A little bit of tequila.
Right, Al, you drinking?
Tequila and orange juice for me. Splash of seltzer.
Oof. I did too much last night and today. I'm gonna pay. All right, y'all, let's get into the show so I can go back out and lay down by the hot tub out there. All right, in a recent episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, some of the cast members shared their free Sheree By Chara merchandise was taken back after the reunion. Now, it seems like social media has chimed in about their experience with the brand. One person tweeted, I've been waiting for months, only 10 reviews, and one was Martell. Another person tweeted, Lord, don't take Sheen, take She by Sheree. I know that she's a friend of the show and we love her, but what are your thoughts on the complaints that her company is getting lately? Al, what do you have to say? What do you think?
Well, she's a friend of the show, like you said, so I won't be too hard on her, but once your negative connotations with your brand starts to expand over a year or longer than 6 months, then you got to do some rebranding. You got to do some refreshing of the brand identity. And that would be the advice that I give Sheree. Maybe she needs to do a new tagline. Maybe she needs to do some brand messaging. Maybe she could collaborate with some fashion influencers like yourself, Claudia, like how they do with Fashion Nova. One thing that I thought Sheree did very good was the fashion show. Everybody came out to that. It was a good show. So maybe she should take her fashion show on the road and have like offline experiences so people can get a better feel and a better understanding of the brand. But I really think she should not she needs to jump on this as soon as possible and not let this drag on, because some of these things you can't wash off, and especially the customer experiences that are negative.
All right, Q, what do you think about this?
I think what Al just gave her is 10,000 times over horrible advice, right? I think, and here is why I think it's horrible advice. It's beyond evident that Sheree is not interested in this, nor is her heart in it, right? It doesn't take from season 1 until season 12, 13, 14, whichever season it was when she had her fashion show. It doesn't take a decade to get a brand off the ground. You had all the show promo. You didn't even want to spend the money to get the clothes made. You wasn't paying the designers. You know, we're 2 years out from that fashion show. The website still ain't active. You don't even wear your clothes. You know, there's been no type of marketing. Folks saying they still haven't received their merchandise. Your castmates are saying that they took the items back that you just used for show. It's typical Atlanta behavior, right? Everybody wants to be somebody. Everybody wants to own a business. Everybody wants to be a star without putting in any of the work. Since Sheree is a friend of the show, as a friend, I'm saying, friend, just stop. It's all right. Like, it's okay. If you don't want to do this, don't feel pressured to do it. We know that you felt pressure to do it from the season 1 and they brought you back and you needed something to do. But the reality of the situation is your heart's not in it and you're making yourself look stupid. Just throw the towel in and move on to something that you are truly passionate about.
Max Him said the amount of publicity that this brand gets is crazy. She should be up there with Nike and them at this point because we have heard about this for a long time.
Yeah.
And Jay Watt said maybe she could pay the designer his money and get those fashions. Julian Carter said her stuff is too expensive.
Oh.
You know, there's been an argument about some of the similar stuff being found on the Shein website and then on her with her label, it's more money. Sheree, yeah, it's definitely been a while and it seems like it's been tough. So, you know, maybe you can do a rebrand or another product. Yeah, right. I think reality TV kind of fucked it up as well because like once people try to clowner on Housewives and that narrative was out there, it's hard to get rid of that, which sucks because I'm sure she learned a lot in the last 10 years, but it's so hard to change brand perception once it's already out there. You know? And
listen, I don't think she should do another product, Claudia. I mean, listen,
maybe fitness, like
everybody's not meant to be Bethany Frankel. You know what I'm saying? And if you just want to look pretty and sit at home and dress, that's fine too. Like, don't let people force you into an arena that you're just not cut out for.
She probably feels that pressure, like, you know what, I'm going to show them I'm not going to fail, you know?
Right.
All right. Well, we will definitely keep y'all posted with any updates. Jordyn Woods and Kylie Jenner were spotted having dinner together over the weekend in Los Angeles. Now, this reunion comes just 4 years after the Tristan Thompson cheating scandal that took place now, which drastically impacted their friendship. They haven't been cool since. Do y'all care about are y'all happy about seeing them reunited, Funky? What do you think about them?
I'm highly disappointed. And the only reason why I just have to lay back and let this play out is because Jordyn is young. And I probably would have made the same type of error in my younger year, going back to, you know, they say you never go back to what broke you, right? And the reason why this situation is extra complicated for me and why I could never go back to being friends with her or that family is because, number one, the family was dishonest. Number two, the family came down on her with the entire weight of their empire and their media influence in an effort to ruin her reputation, put her in her place, and make Chloe look like the victim. And then now all of a sudden, you know, some time goes by and I'm just supposed to forget all of this happened. How does this work now? So now you're friends with Kendall, and let's just say she has a birthday party for one of the kids, and now you see Chris and you see Tristan over there and Chloe. How does this now work? So no, I don't think Jordyn should have ever went back. All of us got some friends that we love, that we wish the friendship still would be, but we know we just can't. I know I got a couple. She should leave them where they at, because if they did it once, they would do it again.
Bongi 40 said, if Chloe can go back and have a baby, why can't their friendship be rekindled? That was Chloe. Briam said, let them live. Who cares? Both of them are grown. Al, what are your thoughts on this story?
This was kind of weird for me. I don't have a problem with rekindling. they had a strong friendship before this happened. She did get a lot of backlash for doing this from the Kardashians, but I think their friendship was, was pretty deep. It was pretty significant, right? They moved in together, they lived together, they collaborated on a couple of projects together. And I think it's always a good thing to try to go back and smooth things over with such a huge family that can make your life in entertainment pretty rough or tough, like they tried. So I don't know.
That's my point. That's my point, though, that they did something that nasty. Go ahead, Claudia.
Yeah.
Tadisha Ashley said Jordyn shouldn't have rekindled a friendship after the Kardashians humiliated her. And yes, she played a part in the scandal. However, Tristan wasn't blamed for any of it. I'm going to say this. For me, it would be a no for me. I think there's mistakes. When I deal with humans, it's like people can make mistakes and there's also character flaws. I think what Jordyn did was more of a mistake, a lapse in judgment. We haven't heard that happening with her a lot. It was a one-time thing. What the Kardashians did and how they treated her was more like a character flaw that we see constantly more than once. That's where you lost me. If it was a one-time thing, this family, this never really happens. They never really, discard people when they're done with them and make life hell for them. That's one thing. But this is a pattern, and I don't think it's something that just changes overnight. I'm sure Jordyn was hurt for many years over this. And now you grown up, you got a man that loves you, you look amazing, you lost weight, you a fly, you don't need them. Fuck that. You don't need to go back. Mm-hmm. Especially, like I said, there's mistakes and there's personality flaws. And I think that family, that method, what they did, that was pretty flawed, I think.
And Claudia, you can make it right. In this situation, the way you would make this right, y'all would have to use that same platform to vindicate me.
Yeah.
You have to.
In public.
If they got on that show and was like, just one scene, oh my God, we were so wrong the way we treated Jordyn. We really should have given that smoke. I want to see a coffee shop scene between Jordyn and Khloe, with Khloe apologizing. Even if it's, I was just so in love, Jordyn, I couldn't see past the haze he had me in, but I apologize to what happened to you. They would have to fix it. Then we could rekindle. But just this blind, you're not going to apologize to me behind closed doors when you sprayed me in public. No, ma'am.
You got to keep that same exact energy. Public, private, private. Jolanda Mills said they see Jordyn got that ring that they can't get. Ooh. Mm. All right.
And don't let none of them hoes round your man, okay? Because... All right,
y'all. After
Wasn't
a 2-day
she
search...
around their man?
Huh?
Wasn't she around one of their men?
Yeah, but she ain't got no history of taking people mans. They do. So don't you have shit at your house. You meet that hoe at the Cheesecake Factory. Okay.
After a 2-day search, an Alabama woman who vanished on the highway has been found. 25-year-old Carlee Russell was mysteriously kidnapped after she pulled over on the side of the highway to check on a toddler who was apparently wandering the road near a wooded area. Now, what are your thoughts on this story? And how do you feel about people on social media thinking that she's pulling a Jussie Smollett? Like, it went from concern about her to social media being angry and demanding more of the story. Al, what do you think about this, how it turned?
Let me tell you, the positive thing I like about this is we know 1/3 of all missing girls and women in 2020 were African American, right? So, and we've been ignored by the justice system, or we've been ignored by law enforcement in help finding these missing young Black girls and women. And in this case, it was just the opposite. Social media put a spin on this that was quite amazing to witness, and for them to spread the news the way they did, and for her to get home was a plus. Now, the negative here is the 911 dispatcher claims there was no other calls about a child walking on the highway anytime that day. And also, there were no calls placed for a missing child. So this is where the Jussie Smollett thing comes in. Like, okay, how did this happen? Why aren't we getting details? And how did she just show up at home on foot? So there are a lot of questions. Can't wait to get the answers. But the good part is that we're using social media to protect our young Black women better. And this is an example of that.
I'm glad you turned up alive. It's because either way, it's bad. Either she was really kidnapped, or maybe she's having some kind of drug issue or something. I'm glad she's home. She could have been killed on the road herself. Q, what are your thoughts on the story? Because it's kind of, I don't know, tricky.
It's funny because a lot of people on social media are catching hell because people are saying, you know, black women just can't win. What did y'all want? Did y'all want the girl to turn up dead? Like, would that have made y'all feel better if it said missing Alabama girl found dead in woods? So here's what I'm going to say. Number one, we're going to celebrate that she's alive, whether she's telling the truth, whether she lied, whether she got mental illness, whether she on drugs. None of that matters. She's alive. Period. Hard stop. Second thing, we honestly have to reserve all comments until we get more details. We don't have enough details to make any type of assumption about what happened. Now, I'm not knocking the people at home that are saying that this shit looks sketchy, because yes, it does look sketchy as hell. I don't know no kidnappers that drop kids back off at home, all right? That nobody heard about the toddler on the expressway. There were no other phone calls. And you know, she was good enough to get home, but not good enough to give a statement. There's a lot going on, and yes, there is reason for us to be doubtful, but we have to wait, y'all, until we get the details before we start throwing out theories.
Agreed. Let's see. That's Brittany said, are we acting like women aren't trafficked via weird beings all the time? And let's see. And bitches both said, people did all that praying only to be upset when she made it home. Right.
Now here's the thing. And reserve your anger. Now, if when the details come out, we find out that it was a hoax or that she lied or whatever, then come down on her with the wrath of the internet. But until then, we just have to pause.
You know, we just went through months of wondering what was up with Jamie Foxx, and people said, you know, respect the space. And it's been like 25 hours for her, and everybody's just like, burn her at the stake. But yeah, there's more to the story. But let her get home, get acclimated, and get out of the hospital first, I guess, or drink some water, have some tea, take her shoes off. Everyone just like down her throat. All right, y'all. Coming up next, Florida is once again trending for all the wrong reasons. And later, a popular TikToker reaches a nice settlement. Stay tuned. Welcome back to TGIF. All right, y'all, whether good, bad, ugly, or just plain dumb, the tea is always overflowing with crazy news stories out of the state of Florida. That's why we are giving y'all the 411 in a segment we like to call What the Florida. Okay. In Florida news, a teen mother has been arrested for the death of her 9-year-old infant after she allegedly gave the child a baby bottle laced with fentanyl. Funky, a serious story, but what say you?
Y'all know I don't play when it comes to the children. This is sad, and I guess Florida just going to have to take this charge. I read the article, and here's what's even more sad, right? She said that she was tired, the baby was fussy, and that she went to put cocaine in the bottle, as if that was any better, right? And,
I didn't mean to give fentanyl. I meant to give coke.
No, right, exactly. And don't ask me how I know, but cocaine don't put you to sleep. Honey, she don't put you to sleep. She wake you up from what I heard, okay? So
that's what you heard.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. So this is just sad all the way around. I mean, I don't know what more to say than Florida, damn, we got to do better. It's Rod DeSantis' fault. Rod DeSantis made her do it.
Any thoughts on this, Al? This is the first time Funky's just taken the L and just accepted Florida. It's fucked up.
You know what? I think this is just an extreme case of postpartum psychosis. There's postpartum blues, there's postpartum depression, and then there's postpartum psychosis. So in postpartum psychosis, 10% of those that experience this type of postpartum contemplate suicide, as well as infanticide. Infanticide. Yep.
Oh, well, Al, thank you, co-counsel. Because I tried to draw up the defense. I could not get a defense for this. Yeah. She got postpartum I want to withdraw my original plea. She got postpartum psychosis. And for that, she should be set free.
A good sad. Guess what race she is? Little mixture.
Probably.
You said what?
I'm sure she white.
Yeah. Max Him said, oh my God, the fact that y'all still have stories shows how ghetto your state is, Funky.
You know what we should do too? We should do a contest with the fans. Producers, take notes. One on an off month, we should let the fans pick a state that we're gonna honor for the month and get some weird stories out of those states. Because I'm sure Texas got some stories. We know New York got all the stories. California do too.
Oh, I listen. I talk shit about Florida, but I know where we stand in the food chain. I know Texas is a very close second. We on your heels because it's fucked up in my state too. Okay, listen. I'm with you. All right, Florida law enforcement removed 10 people who illegally took over an expensive Fort Lauderdale home and left it bug-infested and damaged. The alleged ringleader, Tyrone Jones, reportedly created a fake person to become executor of the property, which allowed him to illegally take ownership of the $1 million property. Jesus, this is almost a guess what race story. What are your thoughts on the story?
His name was Tyrone, so it was a giveaway. It was a dead giveaway. But listen, these people is innocent. Let me tell you something. The cost of living down here is so damn high. Grapes is $7 a bag. Gas is damn near $15 a gallon. People have to resort. People need a place to stay. All right. This is called restorative justice. You got all these homes out here just listen. Them people didn't even want that. Those are Formica countertops. Look at that old ass track lighting. Them people didn't even want that damn house. They was just mad because black people was in there. Okay, that's why they was mad. The cost of living is so high down in Miami. I got 2 friends right now on the verge of losing their house because the flood insurance done went through the damn roof. My homegirl mortgage was $1,800. The insurance went up. Now her mortgage $2,700. And my other homegirl, her mortgage was $3,100, and now her shit $4,500 because of the insurance alone. Okay, DeSantis done fucked up, and now people got to resort to living the best they can. And I think it's good social justice if you got empty homes out here that the community move in.
But why they leave it bug infested though? Why they do that?
Because they ain't got no money for no exterminator, Claudia. Didn't you just hear me talk about rent?
What if they ain't paying no rent?
Great, $7 a bag.
All right, he back on the bullshit, supporting Florida. Anything to add to this?
There's nothing to add except Q. This is his 14th time that he committed this fraud.
Because he can't get back on his feet.
Oh God,
the job market bad. Y'all don't want to pay people a livable wage. See, if Bernie Sanders was in office, people would have had a livable wage.
Can we see his picture again? I think you just defending him because it's probably one of your cousins. Y'all look just alike. Right? That's funky family, right? That's your family. You got that same pissed off look. Just
no, but real talk. This is the type of thing that the government needs to be working on. Because Claudia, could you imagine you left to do a movie for like 2 months? Yeah. And then you came back home and somebody has taken up residence in your house and you can't get back in.
Right.
You have to wait until the courts go through the process to get them out.
That happened to my mom, and I'm about to put some family business on blast right now. My mom went to Italy, let one of my cousins stay at our place. And when she got back, my cousin was like, I ain't leaving. She's like, this is my place now. We was like, what?
What?
Yeah, she was kind of living foul. You know,
how did get her out?
Man, it took a long time. It was a long time ago, but she did some other fraud. So, listen, some of my family watching right now, but cousin, I was foul. What she did to my mother. We could not. It was hard to get her out. It was like she had the rights and we didn't. All right, that's another time. A Florida man was bitten by an alligator after taking a walk around his golf course community neighborhood. The man called 911 and said, "I'm bleeding. I don't know how bad it is." Now, the man added, "There's a lot of skin ripped off. I can see probably some muscle. Go figure, out for a walk to stay healthy." And that's what happened to him. Funky. This is not the first time we done talked about someone in an alligator in your state. What is going on?
You know, see, this man was old. I believe he was in his 70s. This really ain't got nothing to do with the state per se and more to do with the decline of our elderly population. And that's why we need to channel more funds into the mental health and stability of our elderly residents. You know, this man lived on a golf course community, so obviously he had resources, but see, his mind was bad. because he was walking around at 5 o'clock in the morning trying to get it on before the sun came up, but it's still dark outside. And you see the alligator is biologically engineered to be invisible at night against the reflection of the moon times the equator plus the sun.
Florida State University economics degree?
Taught me all that, baby. Taught me. I took 3 credit hours in Steve Irwin National Geographics.
Now get your friend. Get your friend.
Remember before you said the gators, they don't have gator bites down there.
No, which means he probably, honestly and truthfully, the alligators typically do run from the humans. He probably stepped on them, stepped near them, stepped on the nest, stepped near the nest. Or maybe it's the hormones that y'all putting in the chicken that the alligators eating that's making them crazy. I don't know.
I just would think Florida people be close, like more careful by water.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. All right. So be it one said it's his fault. Leave the animals alone. And Jamita Brutus said Florida is its own country.
It is.
All right, y'all. Thanks for being a good sport about your state and giving us those completely bullshit excuses for all of them. Coming up next, a chemical peel survivor was awarded. He got paid $1 million. Was that enough? And later find out what a Houston woman is being detained for in Dubai. This is really crazy, and all of us could be guilty of this. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. All right, now. Have you ever been on the hunt for a new doctor and you ask literally everyone you know for their recommendation? You know, a doctor who actually gets you, listens to you, and makes you feel super comfortable. And finally, after weeks of searching, you find the one. Not only do they do all that, but they're also close by, and you're both Aries moon, Libra rising, because, you know, that's important. Anyways, so you call their office and you have an appointment available. But then after all of that, the receptionist tells you the perfect doctor doesn't take your insurance. Well, wipe your tears, put away the ice cream, and head on over to ZocDoc to find and book the doctor who is right for you and takes your insurance. ZocDoc is a free app where you can find amazing doctors and book appointments online. Now, we're talking about booking appointments with thousands of top-rated patient-reviewed doctors and specialists. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat almost any condition you're searching for. I use ZocDoc, and you should too, because, you know, we move around a lot. And, you know, these apps really help make life extremely convenient for us. Go to ZocDoc.com/T and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/T, ZocDoc.com/T. Al, I know you, again, you the recent, you know, you just moved to a new area. Tell me about what it's done for you.
Yeah, you know, the best part is, like you said, Claudia, it really helps you find whatever you need, whether it's a cardiologist, whether it's primary care, whether it's ENT. You know, I find that, and plus, you're super right on the fact that we move around a lot. And the way I'm carrying these antigens of something in me, it's good to know that whatever city I land in, I have the resource of ZocDoc to help me do all the legwork and all the ratings for me. So ZocDoc is a thumb up for me.
I'm about to see if they got it in St. Lucia because I'm over here going through it. Okay, I need Funky. Like, go get an IV. Funky, what are your thoughts?
You know, it's so funny. I'm very honored. I got a friend from college who recently moved to Tampa. My sister's a nurse, and he was asking me to ask my sister about medical professionals for his family. And I was so honored to be like, you know what? We promote this service on my show called ZocDoc. You need to check them out. And about a week later, my boy hit me back and he was like, Q, that was help. You know, the help that we needed. We got a basis for getting our family's medical care started. So guys, I mean, even in that capacity, you're moving your family to a new place. You know, you got your new insurance with your new job. Get on ZocDoc and you know, look at the reviews before you just go on out there and get your insurance to any old body, and they treat you any old kind of way.
And that is very nice to know that you already know that they are going to, the ones they recommend are going to take your insurance. That is super major. All right, promotional consideration furnished by ZocDoc. Let's get back to some more topics. A TikToker who claims a chemical peel left him with severe burns has now been awarded $1 million in damages. Neo White went viral last year after revealing that his treatment landed him in the hospital with really painful burns. I remember the story. I was like, oh my goodness. Al, let's go to you first. I know you get treatment sometimes. And how do you feel about this? Did this make you nervous? And what are your thoughts?
Well, I go to a double board certified dermatologist. There's a difference, right? And what was interesting is I went to this company's Google page, which is still up, and they're only open on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That would have been a red flag for me, and their website is not active. That would have been another red flag for me. And then the name itself, what's the name again, Claudia? Diamond Faces?
Diamond Faces.
Yeah, that would have been a red flag for me too. I don't know that this person did all of their research, but thank goodness he's being compensated for it. And like the article said, let's hope now he can get this judgment exercised, because it's a judgment. So he has to be able to get that money from that business owner. So good luck, young man. I'm glad you did get something for your pain and suffering, though, for sure.
Well, Neo has taken advantage of this situation. He has started his own skincare line too. So we'll see how that goes. Not me, girl. Q, what do you think about this?
This is a very sensitive story, right? Because this is in Atlanta. So Al, the reason that they're only open Thursday, Friday, whatever, this is a trans girl by the name of either Shasha or Shay Shay, one of the two. Everybody in Atlanta goes to her.
Got it.
Everybody goes. Like, I first found out about her through Quad. She's very popular in Atlanta. And I hate it, right? First off, I hate that this happened to the young man, right? But the other part that I hate is because we all know the stories about how hard it is for our, trans community to find work, so on and so forth, and that you got this person that's got this booming business. And I just hate that, maybe through fault of her own, maybe not through fault of her own, I don't know, that her business is being damaged. And then the other thing is too, I want to point out, and I'm not shading her business because I don't know what her business got, but a lot of the girls in Atlanta ain't even got no damn insurance on no business. So, and Atlanta is the capital of the CPN and the EIN number. So good luck collecting, because you can't squeeze blood from a turnip. Yeah, you might have got awarded $1 million against her business, but literally all she/they would have to do is go form another LLC and continue operating as usual, and you'll be stuck out there with a judgment that you can't claim.
D-Lance said, I don't think he's going to get it because the person who did it is broke. And Mo Getty said after taxes and lawyer fees, he'd probably take home $500,000. That's if he can get any money from the business. That's
right. He's got to get it
not
from the
doing
business.
well.
Well, he could, one way to protect himself, though, now that I think about it, he has to list himself as a creditor. So if he lists himself as a creditor for the judgment, then he's able to always be in first position, second position, or third position in anything that's associated with her Social Security number.
And then all she has to do is file bankruptcy, one of those types of bankruptcies, like the one Tasha K just did. But I tell you, Tasha K just called to me and explained to me how the hell she not paying Cardi. I said, "Oh, Chad, you got you some good attorney people over there." Yeah, girl.
That is for bankruptcy court, though.
Keep it locked. Okay. Keep it locked, because coming up next, find out why a Houston woman is being held in Dubai. And later, Michelle Williams shares her thoughts on public relationships. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. A Houston woman has been detained in Dubai for screaming in public. Tiara Young Allen got into an argument with a male employee at a car rental place that led to a screaming match between the two of them. Community activist Cornell X explained she's in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time. This is insanity. What are your thoughts on this crime, Al?
Hey, listen, that's not the only thing. You can go to jail for taking pictures of people without their permission in Dubai. They have a zero tolerance policy for drugs, including drugs that you may have a prescription for. So if a part of the drugs that they have made illegal, you have it in your prescription and they find it on you, you can go to jail for that. You can also go to jail, Funky, this will be interesting for you. You can't drink or be under the influence in public. And this one right here, which is swearing and making rude gestures, that's either jail time or deported. So this is going to be interesting to see how all this plays out here for her.
They basically saying we don't want none of that riffraff and trash and loud shit over here, not up in here. Q, what you think about this? Would we make it over there if we went?
I wouldn't. That's why my ass ain't going, honey. I go there. Bitch, I go down to Mexico. I go where I know what the fuck going on. I take my ass to Jamaica. Give me an old $3.99 all inclusive to Jamaica, or give me a damn Disney cruise, Bahamas, some some black like this, not like this type of stuff where I know what's going on. I've got two schools of thought here, right? This is when cultures clash. And I oftentimes hear people from other countries refer to Americans as very arrogant. They always say, you stupid, arrogant Americans, because other countries tend to teach their people about cultures of the world, whereas Americans, we're kind of indoctrinated to think that we're all that matters, and our view and lens of the world is the only lens and view of the world. And I think in carrying that mentality, we go to other countries sometimes and don't think that we need to get the lay of the land or understand the laws. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I would have made this mistake. I'm not going to promise you that I would have naturally been like, let me get the pamphlet on things I can and cannot do when I go to Dubai. And I damn sure would not have thought from an instinctual place that raising my voice would have landed me in jail. And so I just say, guys, on one token, we want her home and we think it's stupid and they're full of shit, but we're viewing it from an American lens, their country, their customs, their rules,
their laws.
I just hope that our government can step in and that there's somebody understanding enough on their side to understand that it was an ignorance on our side and she just did not know, and to please send her home.
I went to Dubai a few years ago, and actually Masika invited me to go over there. We went to Grand Prix, and one of her friends that she knew, like he, let us go over there. Nobody bothered us. There was no prostitution. Let me just go and say that before we be on the blogs. It was totally on the up and up. But someone that came on the trip that was very annoying, she ate some chocolates, and they had pine nuts in it, knowing she was allergic. She had this crazy reaction, started throwing up in the hotel. They covered her with a sheet over her face and put her on a stretcher and brought her underground in some tunnel to be escorted out and to go to the hospital. They did not want no one to see that. Even someone who's sick, they covered that face up. And I was like, what? So this isn't, I'm not shocked.
Who were they protecting, them or the person?
They were not protecting her. They did not want that to be seen in their, I think they care about the image, and that's why they can have extravagance and opulence. You know what I mean? Like and I met a girl that's like, please take me back to America with you. It's terrible here for us women. I was like, wanting to know more, Isn't this crazy, Al?
Oh, girl, you better mind your business. Don't get in that. Not me, girl. You ain't gonna have me over here looking for the damn embassy. No, ma'am. And Liam Neeson, old too, his ass can't save you no more. All our Sean Connery half past dead, Tom Cruise face plastic, Arnold Schwarzenegger damn near in the wheelchair. Ain't none of the people that save people. Stallone, Sylvester Stallone, old, honey.
Is Mr. T still around?
Yeah.
Is Mr. T still around?
They say Mr. T down the Shady Pines playing bingo with Dorothy from Golden Girls. Can't none of the people who used to recover the Americans still alive. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all do. Your little cousin that started up that little travel business that they keep harassing you. You better take your ass to Mexico or take your ass to the Caribbean where we know what the fuck going on. Stay your ass from over there with them people wrapped up in them damn sheets and turbans and shit. I'm trying to tell you. Go to Vegas. If you want a Dubai experience, go to Vegas.
That's true.
So it's safe to say the cast of TGIF will not be going to Dubai together. Yeah?
We not going with Funky.
No.
I ain't going. Because I know I'm going to get locked up.
Right.
Oh, you be cussing people out.
Right.
Talking shit to the camels, just acting up, just running your mouth. All right. Speaking of Houston, according to the Houston Health Department, now this is crazy. A syphilis outbreak has reportedly increased to 128% in cases among women. First of all, this is shocking because I'm shocked. Me and my girls just talking about doing a road trip to Houston. And I said, we ain't going. I don't want no syphilis to get on me just by default. And should we start with the Houston? This is the second story in a row. Al, what you think about this? Up 128%.
Isn't this crazy? And in the article doesn't say why. And they found that a lot of the cases are also women who are pregnant, and they're passing it over to their unborn. This was really weird, but I don't know. I think I need to know why. Is it something in the drink? Is it a huge population of something moved into the area? Is it being transmitted from woman to woman, man to man, or man to woman? Like, what's going on? I mean, I just need a little bit more details here for this.
A mess. Q, what you think about these people? They bringing out the old diseases back, syphilis.
No, all them bull daggers over there bumping pocketbooks.
Hey,
and I'm laughing, right? Because normally when there's a surge in STDs amongst the female population, the first thing y'all want to holler about is the DL men sleeping with men, bringing back diseases to their wives and all this other propaganda-filled material. They ain't saying nothing about the men's, bitch. They ain't saying nothing about the men's, bitches. Y'all nasty, dyking ass, sisters. Y'all old nasty hoes trying to hang the Victoria's Secret and putting them back on the shelf, taking that Tootsie Cat down to Dillon, trying to get you a bathing suit to go to Dubai, putting it back on the shelf. Oh, nasty heifers got that nasty woman's disease.
They need to put some antibiotics in the
128%. Yeah, y'all right there. That's a whole lot of percent, bitch. When I went to Florida State University and got my degree in economics, them hoes taught me a whole lot about math, graphs, and shit. And 128% is a lot of percent. It's a whole lot of percent.
Eric Whitmore said, what in the old folks' home is going on? Because you know they get it on them old folks' homes. Them STD rates is all the way through the roof. But these are pregnant people.
Yeah, there's a lot of pregnant women.
And so be it said.
They all doing the same, man. I mean, our soulmates that are epidemiologists in the chat. We need a little bit of assistance. We'll come back to your answer after one of the breaks. But because what's the driver?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Precious. Sorry, go ahead.
Precious Smith said, thanks for talking about this. And yes, we need a what to Texas. We getting there.
Y'all do need a what to Texas. I do want to announce that I'll be in Houston for all our soulmates and TGI fans. I'm there Tuesday to Thursday of this week. I will be on your Houston's morning show on Wednesday morning, and I'm doing your nightcap on Thursday. So if all my soulmates and TGI fans can come and support or watch, please do. I'm in Houston this week, hanging out with Fox 26, our sister station.
Congratulations. And if it goes up to 140% after you go there, we're going to know that you were part of the situation.
And I'm going to give y'all a real quick way how you know somebody got syphilis.
Ooh.
You look at their hands. Not a surefire way, but when people have syphilis in their body for a while, they get black spots on it. You can even Google it right now. Syphilis.
Everybody show your hands.
So if you see anybody whose hands and they've got black spots all over their hands or the soles of the feet, wrap up your meat.
And you don't know this from personal experience, correct?
No. I don't know this from personal experience, but we're if I'm just being honest here, we're not going to pretend like, STDs are not something that runs rampant in the gay community. I lived in Atlanta, so just through education,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And in social circles, you just pick up on these things.
All right. Now, this is in the script. They said alleged rapper Sexy Red. I'm going to say Sexy Red is getting backlash for making an appearance at a high school. One person tweeted, the second my kids' school think it's cool to invite Sexy Red to their school to perform is the day they're going to hear from me, from my damn lawyer. Like, let's sit here and let's be real, like for real. Another person tweeted, I'm trying to figure out if they paid Sexy Red to go to school and what the fuck is wrong with the administration. And what are y'all's thoughts? Q, what do you think about this? Sexy Red in the schools, but they banning books about Black history? Like, this is madness. I know it's two different things, but I'm just talking about the school environment, like what's happening here. What do you think?
So this is one of those situations where I actually was prepared to come on here and acquiesce to the younger generation. I was going to wave the red flag and give in. I was going to say that I'm 40 and I'm old and I'm far removed. And maybe in this new world that this is acceptable, because I saw a lot of the people was like, yeah, I need to shut up. It's not like she was performing her song, right? Then I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? No, If I don't draw the line in the sand, who will? Y'all would never let a porn performer come to the school and talk to the kids about whatever and say, well, they weren't doing their art. It's the same thing. When we were in school, they would have never booked Little Kim. I used to be afraid of the dick. Now I'm throwing lips to the shit, handling it like a real bitch. She could have never came to the school. This girl, biggest song, Pound Town Down, is talking about her booty hole pink, her booty hole brown, and her hoo-ha pink. Children shouldn't even be listening to that. High school children shouldn't even be listening to that. So that alone renders her not qualified to be at no school. Then she comes out shooting the bird.
Yeah, that
all
was weird.
Types of inappropriate. I'm sorry, the principal who made this decision needs to be placed under investigation. I have nothing against Sexy Red in a Sexy Red environment, but she should not be in the school. Where was Taylor Swift when you needed her?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Al, real quick, what do you think?
I mean, I agree. I mean, this one was just a poor decision by administration. We saw that the kids loved her, but of course they're going to love her, right? Anything race to the bottom. But yeah, this just wasn't appropriate for her, even though she was doing a charity outreach, which was giving money for the guys for haircuts and bundles for girls, for both of them who were preparing for the prom. I just thought maybe she shouldn't have done it on site. Maybe she should have done it somewhere else in the town.
What were these people thinking? We get you want someone popular and you want to get your money's worth because they do be paying these people to do this. But damn, come on. Even the kids that weren't familiar with the music, now they'll go look her up and read the lyrics. My pussy pink, my booty hole brown. And that's who was talking about charity work today at your school. Thank you very much. Again, there's a place and a time for everything. It's cool. I like that there's a lane for her, but not at school. Yeah. All right, y'all. Coming up, Michelle Williams is not a fan of public relationships. Find out why when we return. Welcome back to the show, and shout out to the soulmates, over 6,000 in the chat joining us live. We appreciate you. All right, Michelle Williams recently appeared on an episode of The Terrell Show and revealed that she would rather repeat her historical fall on 106 in Park before claiming a man in public. I thought this was really funny. What are your thoughts on this, on her remarks? And why is it so challenging for people to claim their significant other in public? Al?
Hey, we should be asking you, Claudia. You are the one dealing with this. No, a little bit?
Not right now.
Would you take your relationship public again? Would you, or do you want to protect it more?
I would wait a little further in until we're like damn near halfway down the aisle. Cause I do love sharing like those happy moments. I share so much on social media, but now like I'm in the dating phase now. I'm not showing y'all nothing. You're gonna get a glass of whiskey, you're gonna get a song, you don't get like not even a hand, nothing. Nope, I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me ask you a question. Do you regret doing that relationship reality show with KJ?
Sometimes, but I'm kind of, I don't like how he got exposed to hate because he's still one of my best friends. You know what I mean? I didn't like that. And I feel like it painted a far more negative picture. Y'all know him enough, right? I think it painted him in a much worse light. Like that one comment, like he's not attracted to me. We both weren't at the time, but it looked like he was shitting on me, and then people attacked him for that. But I understood, you can't get your whole relationship in a 42-minute show.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. So y'all claim it or what? Would y'all claim publicly again or Q? We want to see for the love of Q.
I'm not. It's so funny because, I monetized my whole life. So y'all think, you know what I'm saying? Like, so y'all think.
Yeah.
My real life that's truly important to me has never seen social media, and it never will. It's just not your business. Social media do too much. It adds undue influences. Y'all know about the little situation I'm entertaining now, but that will never make the internet ever.
Yeah, it sucks because
and I didn't mean to cut you off. I give so much. Otherwise, I got to have a little something for me.
I overshare, and I know that because a lot of times I'm bored, and I'm really on the internet a lot, and I feel like I want people to get to know me for me, but all too often, like being honest or sharing something, it ends up getting thrown in your face. It gets used against you later on, And then, people love doing that in relationship stuff when they see a new relationship. That kind of sucks. Sly Will said, keep it to yourself, Claudia. Your love life is your business. I know. I have mixed feelings. Because don't you, when you're in love with someone, don't you want scream it from the rooftops? But I ain't in love with nobody right now. Fuck all of them. I'm just saying. You want me to comment?
And Sonny Clark said, a private life is a happy life. I agree. And it makes it even more special that it's just our thing.
Okay, so I got a side question because you remember Michelle used to date Henry Simmons, that actor? Whatever happened to him?
I don't know, but I used to see him around LA and he was fine.
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
He might still be there. Shit.
Henry Simmons, where you at? Come to the... No. Okay.
Oh, and Boosie daughter and Boosie baby mama. We want y'all on the show.
Yes. I want to thank my co-host Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva for joining me tonight. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for Inside the Black Box. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Have a good night.